Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is David, and today we're diving into a fascinating topic that's been making waves online. Have you ever wondered why younger women often find older men appealing? It's not just some evolutionary instinct. It's a set of traits that anyone can cultivate. Not all older men naturally possess these qualities. Many work to develop them over time. Today, I'll guide you on how to unlock these characteristics in yourself. But first, let me set the stage. Picture this. A confident man in his 40s or 50s walks into a room. He doesn't have to say a word, yet people notice him. His presence is magnetic, commanding attention without effort. That's the energy we're exploring today. The qualities that make older men irresistible and how you can embody them. Part 1. Confidence that captures attention. Confidence isn't just a personality trait, it's a skill. And like any skill, it gets sharper over time. When you're young, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-doubt, constantly worrying about how others perceive you. But as you grow older and gain more life experience, you realize something profound. What truly matters isn't pleasing everyone, but staying true to yourself. Let me share a story about my friend Mark. Last year, Mark turned 45. At a lively social gathering, a controversial topic came up. While most people hesitated to speak, fearing judgment, Mark calmly shared his honest opinion. He wasn't argumentative, nor did he try to persuade others. Instead, he simply said, "This is how I see it, and I respect anyone who feels differently." The reaction was remarkable. Some disagreed with him, but they admired his conviction and authenticity. And the younger women in the room? They couldn't help but be drawn to Mark, not because he was trying to impress anyone, but because he exuded calmness, self-assurance, and authenticity. So, what's the takeaway here? Confidence isn't about always being right or winning arguments. It's about the courage to be yourself. Unapologetically, people aren't captivated by your perfection. They're drawn to your realness, your willingness to stand firm in who you are. To build this kind of confidence, you don't have to wait until you're in your 40s or 50s. Start small. Share your opinions during meetings. Say no when something doesn't align with you, or even practice speaking confidently in front of a mirror. Imagine this. You walk into a crowded room, and no one knows who you are. Yet, with just a confident gaze and purposeful stride, you naturally command attention. No need to try too hard. Your presence speaks volumes. To wrap up this section, remember, confidence isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you develop over time. And once you master it, your magnetism becomes undeniable. Engaging lesson. When you embrace your true self without fear or pretense, you don't just attract others, you inspire them to do the same. Confidence is the light that shines brightly, and you are the one holding the lantern. If this fits your video, great. Let me know if you'd like me to add more detail or adapt the tone further. Part 2. The Art of Deep Conversations. Have you ever noticed how some people have the ability to make you feel truly seen and heard in just one conversation? Older men often excel at this, not because they've memorized a list of questions, but because they've mastered the art of genuine curiosity and meaningful dialogue. Let's paint a picture. You're on a date, and instead of the usual, "What's your favorite movie?" you lean in with a smile and ask, "What's a moment in your life that completely changed how you see the world?" Or, "What's one thing you believe in so strongly that it guides every decision you make?" These aren't just questions, they're invitations. Invitations to share, to reflect, and to connect on a deeper level. Suddenly, the date shifts from a simple exchange of words to a moment of genuine human connection. A story to illustrate the power of deep conversations. Let me share a real-life example. A mentor of mine, Alex, attended a networking event filled with professionals exchanging business cards and rehearsed pitches. Instead of joining the crowd with typical small talk, Alex approached a young woman and asked, "What inspires you to wake up and chase your goals every day?" Her eyes lit up as she began sharing a heartfelt story about her journey, her struggles, and what kept her motivated. That single, thoughtful question didn't just break the ice, it created a bond. By the end of the event, she described the conversation as the most memorable part of the evening. And Alex? He gained a lifelong friend and ally. Why this matters? Deep conversations are magnetic. They show that you're not just interested in someone's surface-level details, you care about their essence, their story, and their dreams. It's this level of engagement that sets older men apart. With years of experience, they've learned that people crave to be understood, not just heard. How to cultivate this skill? If you want to stand out in your conversations, start with this simple practice. Listen more than you speak. Resist the urge to plan your next response while someone is talking. Instead, focus entirely on their words, tone, and emotions. Ask thoughtful questions. Avoid cliches like, "How's your day?" Instead, try, "What's something that brought you joy recently?" Or, "What's a challenge you're proud of overcoming?" Be vulnerable yourself. Share a meaningful story or insight. Vulnerability invites vulnerability, creating a safe space for real connection. A lesson to remember. Here's the most powerful takeaway. When you ask meaningful questions and genuinely listen to the answers, you're not just having a conversation, you're creating an experience. People will forget most of the words you say, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. So, the next time you find yourself in a conversation, whether it's on a date or at a casual gathering, remember, depth over small talk. When you care enough to dive deeper, you leave a lasting impression that goes far beyond words. Final thought for the audience. What's the best question you've ever been asked in a conversation? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and maybe even try your question in my next conversation. This approach ensures viewers stay engaged, connect with the story, and feel inspired to apply these insights in their own lives. Let me know if you'd like to adjust the tone or expand further. Part 3. Humor and Wit, Timeless Icebreakers. Humor is more than just cracking jokes. It's an art form that brings people together, creating moments of shared joy and connection. And this is where older men often have the upper hand. With years of life experience under their belts, they've learned not only how to make people laugh, but also how to create an atmosphere that feels comfortable and engaging. Why humor matters. Think about it. When was the last time someone made you laugh so genuinely that you forgot everything else? Humor has the power to break down barriers, ease tensions, and open the door to deeper relationships. But the secret isn't in trying too hard to be funny. It's in being authentic and knowing how to read the room. A story that speaks volumes. Let me tell you about John, a 50-year-old comedian who has become a local legend. What makes him stand out isn't his ability to deliver punchlines, but the way he weaves humor into stories about his own life. Whether he's talking about the chaos of raising teenagers, his failed attempts at DIY home repairs, or his first disastrous date, John's humor is grounded in reality. One night, during a comedy show, John told a story about trying to assemble a flat-pack bookshelf without instructions. He mimicked his frustration, showed off his masterpiece, which turned out to be upside down, and ended the tale with a heartfelt message about the importance of perseverance. The audience roared with laughter, but they also connected with the relatable life lesson. Younger women in the crowd were particularly drawn to John's humor because it wasn't forced or juvenile. It was authentic, self-aware, and full of charm. What makes humor irresistible? Older men often shine in this department because they've mastered timing. Knowing when to deliver a witty comment and when to stay quiet is an underrated skill. They embrace self-deprecation, Laughing at your own missteps shows confidence and humility. They focus on shared experiences. Instead of trying to impress, they draw from relatable moments that make everyone feel included. How you can cultivate this skill. You don't need to be a comedian to use humor effectively. Here's how you can add a touch of wit to your conversations. Find humor in everyday life. Share funny or awkward moments from your day. People love authenticity. Be lighthearted. When faced with minor inconveniences, turn them into opportunities for laughter rather than frustration. Practice storytelling. A good story, even if it's about something mundane, can captivate an audience when told with humor and energy. A quick example. Imagine you're on a date, and the conversation turns to cooking. Instead of simply saying, "I'm not great in the kitchen," you could share a story. "Well, I tried making spaghetti once and ended up setting off the fire alarm. Turns out, you shouldn't use the smoke detector as a timer. But hey, I've perfected the art of ordering takeout since then." That kind of humor is light, self-aware, and memorable. It invites laughter and makes you relatable. The bigger picture. Humor isn't just about entertainment, it's about connection. It shows that you don't take life, or yourself, too seriously, which is incredibly refreshing in a world that can feel overwhelming at times. It also demonstrates emotional intelligence, a trait that many people, including younger women, find deeply attractive. A lesson to leave you with. The real magic of humor is that it's not about being perfect, it's about embracing imperfections. When you can laugh at yourself and help others see the lighter side of life, you become someone they want to be around. So, the next time you're in a social setting, remember, a well-timed joke or a funny story can open doors to deeper connections. And who knows, you might just make someone's day a little brighter. Call to action for the audience. What's the funniest moment from your own life that you love to share? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories and maybe even feature some in a future video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights and stories. Let's keep the laughter going. By expanding the content, this version keeps viewers engaged, encourages interaction, and emphasizes the emotional value of humor, ensuring they watch till the very end. Part 4. Leadership and Decisiveness, the cornerstones of attraction. Leadership isn't about being domineering or controlling. It's about providing guidance, instilling confidence, and creating a sense of security. These qualities, often more developed in older men, can be incredibly attractive because they reflect a deep understanding of responsibility and consideration for others. What makes leadership so compelling? Imagine being in a situation where someone takes charge, not to overshadow others, but to make things easier and more enjoyable for everyone. Leadership isn't about power. It's about effort, thoughtfulness, and the ability to inspire trust. This is why decisiveness is so important. It eliminates uncertainty and shows a willingness to step up when it matters most. A memorable scenario. Picture this. It's a Friday evening, and instead of the usual back and forth, what do you feel like doing? You surprise your date with a well-thought-out plan. You've chosen a cozy, off-the-beaten-path restaurant that serves her favorite cuisine. You've reserved a quiet table, checked the menu in advance, and even thought of a fun topic to discuss over dinner. When you arrive, the atmosphere feels warm and inviting. She's impressed, not just by the effort, but by the sense of security you've created. Every detail shows that you care, from the choice of restaurant to the way you've anticipated her preferences. The result? This level of thoughtfulness and decisiveness speaks volumes. It's not just about impressing someone. It's about showing that you value their time and experiences enough to take the lead and make them feel special. Why leadership matters in everyday life. Being a leader isn't reserved for grand gestures. It shines in everyday moments too. Here's how you can demonstrate leadership in simple, meaningful ways. Initiate plans. Instead of waiting for others to decide, take the initiative to suggest activities or solutions. Stay calm under pressure when things don't go as planned. Your ability to remain composed and find alternatives will stand out. Make informed decisions. Consider others' needs and preferences before making a choice, showing that you're thoughtful and considerate. A real-life example of leadership. Let me share a story about my friend David, a 52-year-old business consultant. At a weekend retreat with friends, the group was stuck on what to do after their plans fell through due to rain. While everyone else hesitated, David quickly suggested an indoor board game night, complete with snacks and a mini tournament. He organized everything in minutes, turning a potentially dull evening into one filled with laughter and bonding. This wasn't about control. It was about stepping up and providing direction when it was needed. Everyone appreciated his decisiveness and willingness to take responsibility for the group's enjoyment. How to cultivate leadership and decisiveness. If you want to exude leadership in your own life, here are a few tips. Practice active listening. Great leaders understand the importance of considering others' perspectives. Be proactive. Don't wait for opportunities, create them. Whether it's planning a date or solving a problem, take the first step. Own your choices. Confidence in your decisions, even when they're not perfect, is what makes you stand out. The impact on relationships. Thoughtful leadership doesn't just apply to romantic settings. It's a trait that enhances all kinds of relationships. Friends, family, and colleagues are naturally drawn to someone who can offer guidance and make decisions without hesitation. It's a sign of maturity and dependability, traits that are universally admired. A simple yet powerful gesture. Even small actions can demonstrate leadership. For example, if you're out with friends and someone seems unsure about the menu, you might say, "I've heard the steak here is amazing. Why don't we share one of those and a couple of appetizers?" This shows decisiveness while still inviting collaboration, making everyone feel included and cared for. What it means to lead with heart. True leadership isn't about calling all the shots. It's about taking responsibility, showing care, and making others feel valued. Whether it's planning a date, resolving a conflict, or simply being there in a moment of uncertainty, your ability to lead with thoughtfulness and authenticity will leave a lasting impression. A takeaway for the audience. Remember, leadership isn't about perfection, it's about effort. Taking the initiative to plan something thoughtful or stepping up when others hesitate can make all the difference. So, here's a challenge. The next time you're in a group setting, try being the one who offers a solution or takes the lead. You might be surprised at how positively others respond. Engage with us. Have you ever been impressed by someone's leadership in an unexpected situation? Or maybe you've stepped up and made a difference yourself. Share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear how leadership has impacted your life. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips and inspiring stories about how small actions can leave big impressions. This extended version is designed to engage the audience, provide actionable insights, and encourage them to stay tuned until the very end. It adds depth, relatability, and a call to action to keep viewers connected. Conclusion. Becoming irresistible is about growth. As we wrap up, here's the ultimate insight. It's not your age that makes you attractive. It's the qualities you develop along the way. Confidence, meaningful connections, humor, and decisiveness aren't exclusive to older men. They're traits anyone can cultivate with time and intention. So, what's the takeaway? The next time you walk into a room, remember, authenticity is your superpower. Stay true to who you are. Embrace your experiences and keep learning. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights. Until next time, this is David reminding you to stay confident, stay curious, and always keep growing.